Coming up next from down. Coming to you live on this Tuesday night.
Kevin, thank you.
Indeed. Something special, David. Thanks. Now, a look at Dallas's starting lineup. They've got Porzingis. Hardaway is out there with Luka Doncic. Then there's Marjanovic. And it's Finney Smith in at the small forward position. And for Los Angeles, we've got Ibaka. Marcus Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Beverly in at the point. Doncic, no good.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here. I remember when Doncic was first asked, who is your favorite player? And, boy, he did not hesitate. LeBron James.
Hey, Greg, for guys of his generation, that would be the answer for 80 to 90% of them, and with good reason. How about these quotes from Doncic? He said, if I dunk on LeBron, I can retire. But I like this one a little better. He said, LeBron can play in a lot of different positions. I can too. But for me to be like LeBron, I have to work much harder. That's a guy who knows his stuff.
Yeah, high percentage look there for Ibaka. He can be automatic in there when given room.
We've played just over a minute here in the first. Doncic passes to Hardaway. Pass to Marjanovic. And here's Porzingis. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Offensive rebound. And Doncic is right there.
The first bucket for this offense, 1 of 4 to start the game.
And here's Beverly. He brings it up for Los Angeles. Now the pass to Zubac. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Morris dishes to Ibaka. The putback. It's good on the putback.
And that's the activity on the offensive glass they like to see out of Kawhi. When he's in full hustle mode, they're a much stronger team.
Now, here's Doncic. Outside, Porzingis.
You know, right now they're just 1 for 5. Rough start so far.
Here's Leonard. And it's blocked. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Beverly against Doncic. And Marjanovic with the slam.
Boy, like seeing these passes. Doncic has a keen sense for when one of his guys is open, and he gets it to him on time, on target.
Beverly, the pass to Ibaka. Count it. His second make in 4 attempts. Greg, we have a league of many great playmakers, don't we?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. LeBron James is obvious. You know, he played point guard technically for the first time last season, but he's always been a floor general. You look at a young man like Ja Morant, and he's been on the attack since day one when he hit the league. And there's so many more of those guys that are having an impact, understanding the value of that lead guard position. It is fun to watch.
It is so fun to watch. I agree. Here's Zubac after Luka Doncic's bucket. Here's Leonard. Zubac tipped back in for 2.
I love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed.
And then the nifty touch to tip it in as well.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Now, here's Redick. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. Patterson down low. Guarded by Powell. Kennard for 3. Good on the triple.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Brunson the pass to Redick. 50 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Brunson finds Redick. Basket good.
Proving he's more than just an outside shooter. Redick also has a sweet touch from that area.
Now here is George from the arc. And it's Melly with the rebound.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Well, I love when Cousins uses his reach and strength to stymie shooters. Nice positioning on defense there.
And it's in there.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Here's Brunson. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And Cauley Stein has it in the corner. Here's Powell. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so the first quarter. Earlier tonight, we spoke with Paul George about how they've integrated.
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder.
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well-balanced. This team lives it.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
The two stars, George and Leonard, fill up the forward slots. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's man in at the shooting guard position. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter.
And it's good to see George concentrate on getting the ball to the open man. Excellent floor awareness.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Here's Doncic. That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
Leonard on the wing. To the wing right side. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. And Cousins kicks to Leonard. Back to Cousins. Over to the wing. Inside. And he uses the glass on the layup. Leonard's got the lead up to 7 now for the Clippers.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. The Mavericks have their young star tandem in Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis. KP said, we can be a pretty deadly duo. It's only going to be a matter of time. Once we get that two-man game going, it's going to be hard to stop. Guys, it's already hard to stop. Back to you.
A team on the rise, David. Thank you so much.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Yeah, you know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
Mavericks trail by 5.
And known as a tremendous shooter for his size, Porzingis wasn't quite as accurate last season, which surprised some people.
Yeah, and you know, Greg, some people would automatically assume that because Doncic attracts so much attention that Porzingis would get more wide open looks. But you got to remember, Porzingis missed a full season and was coming off an injury and needed to reacclimate himself to NBA gameplay. So that takes usually a season plus another season before you're all the way back. Big time flush by Doncic. Man, this young fella really has a lot of game.
Leonard on the wing. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Porzingis passes to Hardaway. Back to Porzingis. Doncic outside. Pass to Porzingis. Out left to the wing. Shoots over Leonard. Porzingis can't hit.
Boy, he knows he should have knocked that one down, especially with the defense not giving much of an effort.
Count it. Leonard's got 6 points in the quarter.
He's starting to find himself out there now. You know, he's taking much better shots here in the second quarter.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Now, here's Reddick. Passes to Cauley Stein. The feed now to Powell. And stolen by Cousins. Now the Clippers moving it up. And that one's good, George. And now a 9-point Clipper lead.
And George is very capable at knocking down difficult shots. I mean, because of his size and stroke and ball handling and his added strength, he's able to shoot over good defense and knock them down.
Now here's Brunson. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Reddick with the bucket.
Very dangerous from outside the arc as he's been throughout his career. All Reddick needs is a little separation, and he's golden.
Here's George from deep. But they'll get another chance. And it's Melly with the rebound. Mavericks trail by 6. Passes it to Reddick. Off target from three-point range. Clippers have gone 5 of 12 from the field here in the second. Powell with the steal. Fast break, Dallas. Cauley Stein in the post. A special move before the shot. Cauley Stein's got his first basket.
Nice work inside by Cauley Stein. Great tools as a finisher.
And now we've got the intentional foul. Outside, George. That will count. No good on the last second attempt there.
Well, Richardson.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. At the end of one, they were able to end up. And
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points and close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
On the floor right now for the Mavericks. Luka Doncic out there with Hardaway. And there's Porzingis. Then there's Marjanovic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot. Doncic passes to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Yeah, he's known for his finesse game, guys, but Porzingis showing you there. He's got some power to his game, too.
Pass to Beverly. Back to Leonard. This one for 3. The shot, no good. And it's Dallas the other way. Now the Mavericks moving it up. The score now all even.
And the transition D right now, just non-existent.
And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told them, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision. Boy, he can really pass it. And it turns out Doncic is all of that and more.
And again, Dallas running up the court in transition. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And even Nash himself called Doncic a dream prospect.
Yeah, he said Luka was big and mobile enough in the modern game, can guard multiple positions, has a skill set, a winning mentality, and those leadership qualities. Steve Nash sounding like a future GM.
Paul George is checked in for Marcus Morris. Josh Richardson's checked in for Dallas.
Clearly out of sync to begin this half. 0 for their first 3 attempts.
On the wing, Doncic. To the inside. Look at that.
Oh, my goodness. Watch out. Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
George, no good.
You know, he's been off tonight, off his game. At this point, he might want to focus on creating for others.
Porzingis passes to Richardson. Over Ibaka. Marjanovic kicks to Finney-Smith. Beverly against Doncic. Just 5 on the clock. On the money from 12 feet away. Doncic has got the lead up to 6 now for Dallas. LA's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Beverly the pass to Leonard. And they get it. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Ray, can you really compare players from completely different eras? I mean, people love to talk about the greatest of all time.
You know, Kev, some players do transcend eras. There's no doubt about that. Wilt's a great example, and there are many others. But in reality, to your point, the style and the way in which the game was played was so different that it isn't fair. I mean, all you can be is the best of your generation or one of the best. And I think that should stand no matter what the conversation is.
Like, there's no doubt in your mind Oscar Robertson could play in this era as well as he played when he played.
No doubt. Bill Russell, all those guys.
Yes,
They're truly
yes.
great ones. So much of your ability to perform at a high level is built around your confidence and your belief in your abilities. And those guys had it as much as anybody who's ever played the game.
That's not too difficult for DeMarcus Cousins now. I like that he doesn't settle for the layup there. Instead, throws it down.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. Hardaway's checked in for Dallas. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. And the shot goes in. Cauley-Stein's got his second basket of the game.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Man showing some terrific range.
And, you know, the long-range shooting of PG is admirable. I mean, he's a dead-eye launcher from deep, and he's developed that part of his game over the years.
Now here is Hardaway. .107 left to play in the third.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Kennard's checked in. In the corner, it's Patterson. Powell with the steal. And it's the Mavericks on the break. Richardson's running, and Cauley-Stein throws it down.
Yeah, Josh Richardson is just not a scorer and defender, folks. He can pass it, too.
There's the pass to Kennard. And it's off from three-point range.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game here.
Now here is Hardaway. Kleba kicks to Hardaway. Clock at 6. Richardson the pass to Powell. And stolen by Patterson.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Yeah, don't give them another possession here.
There's 14 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Richardson outside. Back to Hardaway. He got it up. And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. Well, we thought the third quarter was over, but it turns out the officials are going to review the play to see if he released the ball before the buzzer. And we've reached the end of the third. Mavericks lead by 5. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Baca is out there with Morris. Then it's Patrick Beverly. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's man in at the 3.
And with his vertical reach, you expect Cauley-Stein to be a factor on the offensive glass.
Mavericks leading by 7. That one is good. He's only missed one shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Good, solid execution inside. That's exactly the look you want.
On the wing, Morris. Misses the three.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And Reddick kicks to Richardson. Dallas moving the ball around. The shot by Kleba, wide open, buries it from three-point range. And it's a 12-point Maverick lead.
He's just stretching them out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
Yeah, especially with the score being what it is. I mean, you got to tighten it up on D.
And you can learn a lot about rebounding by watching this guy. Look at the fundamentals there on the box out.
Reddick passes to Richardson. Reddick against Beverly. And Reddick kicks to Kleba. Just 5 to shoot. Back to Cauley Stein. Dishes it to Reddick. Over Beverly. The offensive rebound. Here's Kleba. Off target with his three.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Kennard for three. It's rebounded by Dallas. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Outside for Reddick. The three-pointer is right on target. And the Mavericks lead by 15.
Yeah, how about the percentage they're shooting from beyond the arc here in the second half?
No question about it. They found a nice rhythm from deep.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Marjanovic checked in for Cauley Stein. Porzingis is coming in for Dwight Powell. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Maxi Kleba. And Luka Doncic subbed in for J.J. Redick. And here's Doncic from the arc. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Cousins has got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's George. And they call the foul, so a chance at the... And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Finney-Smith passes to Marjanovic. Yep, that one goes in there. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Mavericks.
We've seen them make the extra effort from a defensive standpoint, closing out airspace and sending shots back.
You know, one other area they're doing well in is steals. I mean, they've knocked the ball loose a number of times and been able to track it down after the fact.
Jackson against Doncic. Marjanovic kicks to Porzingis. That one goes in. And the Mavericks lead by 17.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for Dallas.
Two great rebounding teams.
And these guys worked just a little bit harder tonight, and that was the edge they needed.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Luka Doncic.
Tell you what, this guy worked his behind off on both ends of the floor. He was really an intimidating presence out there.
Now Doncic. Marjanovic finds Doncic. From deep three-point range, from beyond the arc, and then some.
You know, he's a capable shooter from outside, guys, and for Doncic, I think it's a matter of just shooting with confidence all the time.
High post Cousins. Outside, George. Left side, Leonard. From about 19 feet. Good on the shot. And the Mavericks with possession. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Out to the right wing. Pulls it up. Marjanovic, no good.
And guys, not sure where his head was on that shot. Not what this offense was designed to create.
Not at all. I mean, that's where they want him looking.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
This from earlier on, the Nuggets getting off the team bus. Now let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. Jokic is out there with Gordon. Then there's Monte Morris. Then it's Will Barton, and it's Porter in at the small forward spot. And for the Clippers, they've got Ivica Zubac. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Ibaka, and it's Morris in at the 3 spot. Now, here is Morris. Leonard with the steal. And here we go with Morris, running it up the court. And there's Morris. That's good on the assist by Barton.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
Leonard against Barton. Beverly, the pass to Leonard. And it's Jokic with the rebound.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Barton inside the line. And not going to go. He misses the first attempt on the night.
And Smitty, you know what Pat Beverly is going to bring every night. A fearless, ferocious, at times almost sociopathic level of intensity. And this guy just does not take a possession off.
You know, he's one of those guys I would have to question even playing with him. He plays so hard. I know I hate playing against him.
Here's Morris. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Morris passes to Jokic. Wants to get it to Morris and does. Shot by Gordon, wide open. And he misses his first shot. And Morris has got the ball here for the Los Angeles Clippers. And Leonard gets it to go.
Attacking, trying to get good looks. Give Kawhi credit. He finds one.
And here's Barton. Passes it to Jokic. Morris looking over the floor. 6 on the shot clock. Jokic kicks to Gordon. Here's Morris. They get it again. Tries again. Porter outside. Back to Morris. Beverly against Porter. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
Just a little off to start this game. 1 for 5, looking to find some kind of rhythm.
A different look for the Clippers. Man's checked in, and it's Luke Kennard in for Kawhi Leonard. Now here's Rondo. Right at the free throw line. Morris, no good. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Ibaka. Batum comes in for Morris, and it's Paul George in for Rajon Rondo. Here's Kennard. Good for the basket, starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. Greg, as a point guard, what is it you like to see from that position on the floor?
I think first and foremost, leadership. It's so valuable at that spot. And, you know, you always got to have your head high because your teammates are feeding off what you put forth in terms of your body language and enthusiasm. So, you know, the typical stuff about organizing the offense and setting the tone on the defensive end, that stuff's important as well. But so much of how you carry yourself out on the floor when you deal with adversity and you know that you're going to, it is really paramount.
Here's Millsap. Paul George making his last shot. Millsap passes to Rivers. Back to Millsap. That shot missing, so Los Angeles will take it the other way. The pass to Kennard. Here's Batum. Back to Kennard. George up top. And George with the stuff.
Smooth off the bounce with the strength to finish through contact. Paul George showing us how it's done.
Murray outside. And Paul Millsap, the bucket on the assist by Murray.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Pass to Man. Inside. And Cousins throws it down.
DeMarcus Cousins made sure that one went down. High percentage dunk for DeMarcus.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game play. Back to Murray. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Murray's got his second basket of the night.
You just love how reliable he is. Night in and night out, his offense is there.
And George, here we go. Keeps it alive. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up.
I like when Kennard hustles on D. He's capable of making a difference on that end.
And that. And we caught it before the game with Nikola Jokic, who had a few.
Selfless. I mean, you need to look your.
Greg, there are areas of Jokic's game where he probably is the best in the world.
I can't think of a center with better floor vision or better passing ability. His positioning, his angles, his ability to use his size to maximize effectiveness, all at an elite level.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers, guys.
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Especially at the start. You want to get something positive going and establish your rhythm.
Kennard is out there with Patrick Beverly. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac, and it's man in at the 3 spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Big group substitution here for Denver. Jokic, he's checked in for Millsap. Gordon comes in for Green. Will Barton, he's checked in for Rivers. And Monte Morris subbed in for Murray. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
And Smitty, with LeBron getting into his late 30s, KD coming off the Achilles, for your money, is Kawhi Leonard the best player in the world?
Great question. I know one player, the Greek Freak, might have something to say about that. No less than Michael Jordan himself called Kawhi the best two-way player in the game. That's a very strong endorsement from MJ.
And we're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. Beverly, the pass to Zubac. Back to Beverly. Clippers moving the ball around. Ibaka with the ball. Guarded now by Morris. Stolen by Gordon. And now the Nuggets. Fast break. Ibaka with the ball. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Leonard attacking. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
I'll tell you what, when Kawhi knifes his way to the rim, it's next level.
Second quarter basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. Barton passes to Jokic. Out to Morris. 6 to shoot. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. Porter finds Gordon. Shoots over Zubac. Shot is good, and the Los Angeles leads cut down to just 6 points on the bucket from Gordon.
And the coaching staff wants Gordon to keep taking those. It's only going to help him get better.
Beverly against Morris. And that one's good. Beverly's got the lead up to 8 now for the Clippers. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Morris outside. Pass to Jokic. Fires from deep. Rebound Kawhi Leonard. Los Angeles leading by 8. To the middle, and they're running. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Patrick Beverly is a tone setter. Someone who doesn't back down from anyone. I admire his confidence.
Greg, how special was it for you that you had your number 50 retired at UNLV?
You know, that's something I can honestly say. As a kid, you dream about a lot of things. Winning, you know, playing at the highest levels. That's something I never really fathomed, is to have your jersey hanging up in an arena. That was a surreal moment, a really cool moment, and it was awesome to be able to share it with my family and friends.
And people probably don't know that you grew up in Las Vegas, so it was probably doubly special, wasn't it?
Exactly. Born and raised.
George against Murray. And George kicks to Kennard. Batum passes to Kennard. Dishes it to George. George double teamed. Pass to Kennard. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here.
Love the determination by Murray on defense. Really doing his best to pester these shooters.
Dozier shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. The shot's good from Kennard. And the Clippers lead by 11.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Murray dishes to Rivers. Back to Murray. Drops in the layup for 2. Murray's got 6 points.
Love how creative Murray is with the ball. Just dribbling through defenders like it's nothing.
Outside, George. He dishes it to Cousins. And then Cousins with the dunk.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the 2-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Dozier kicks to Millsap. To the paint. Dozier passes to Millsap. Over to the left wing. They get it back. And the pass to Rivers. Now Murray. Pass to Dozier. Murray with it. Here's McGee. The rebound by Paul George. And here we go. Fast break. Cousins has got it. Misses in close. Millsap inside. Defended by Batum. Millsap misses. So we've reached the end of the first half of play.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, good to see you. The Clippers have the edge here at halftime. They lead by 11. Shaq, what was... That's all for now.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
And it's not like everything's been at the rim. There's been a number of jump shots along the way.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. So on the floor for Denver, Michael Porter's out there with Aaron Gordon, and it's Nikola Jokic. Then there's Monte Morris, and it's Barton in at the two-guard spot. The Nuggets trail by 11. Now Morris, outside Porter, and the foul call on Kawhi Leonard. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
Los Angeles on D. Jokic finds Gordon. Barton outside. Shot clock at 5. Back to Jokic. It's hauled in by Zubac. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. They lead by 11. Well, we know, Greg, that Jokic is such a unique talent at that center position. Young player, already top 10 in career triple-doubles.
How about the most triple-doubles ever by a foreign player? You think of the great skilled European big man. Jokic, arguably the most skilled of them all.
And that's how they're going to trim this lead. Play tough D, force some turnovers, and then push it in transition.
Here's Beverly. Count the basket. Beverly's got the lead up to 11 now for the Clippers.
Just 6'1", but not many players more physical than Patrick Beverly.
Pass to Barton. Back to Morris. Passes to Jokic. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Allowing any room to operate, you know he's going to be aggressive.
Outside Leonard. And he drops it in from the low post. Leonard's got 10 points.
The power, the length, the ability to finish. Leonard dominant in that painted area.
Morris kicks to Jokic. Here's Gordon. The pass to Jokic. Denver passing it around. And the rejection by Zubac.
Off the mark once again. Terrible quarter for him thus far.
Jokic inside. Working on Zubac. And the rejection by Zubac. Here's Leonard. And you know that's going to be goaltending, guys. So that's a free basket right there.
Man, that's a tough call for the refs to make there. I'm not sure it was on the way down, but that's how they saw it.
Rajon Rondo is checked in for Patrick Beverly. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Here's Mann. Outside for Batum. Outside, George. Down low, here's Cousins. Back to George. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. The Nuggets trail by 13. Rivers dishes to Murray. There's a minute 47 left to play in the third. Pass to McGee. Kennard against Rivers. The shot's good from McGee. McGee's got his first basket of the night.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Pass to Batum. Kennard kicks to George. That one doesn't go. And the Nuggets going the other way. Murray surveying the D. He feeds it to Millsap. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. Los Angeles leading by 11. Here's Batum. And it's Rivers with the rebound. For Denver, they've gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. Dozier passes to Murray. And they call over the back here. Too much contact.
Sometimes it's just better to concede a rebound instead of fighting through the guy and getting called for over the back.
I will say I like the aggressiveness, but you hurt your team making poor decisions, and that was one of them.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Cousins. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Nicholas Batum. Marcus Morris is checked in for Luke Kennard. Rajon Rondo subbed in for George. Now, here's Kennard. Outside, Batum. George against Morris. George, no good.
Whoops. Got caught in between moves there on his way to the rack.
Back to Barton. Shoots over Batum. The kick out to Porter. All sorts of time, and he gets the jumper to drop. Porter's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Nuggets. Here's George. He gets that one. George has got 6.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with the strength and determination.
And so it's Los Angeles holding. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
This is why you preach teamwork. Some of the most spectacular plays are the ones where guys are feeding off one another.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. They've got Rajon Rondo. Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Patrick Beverley, and it's Mann in at the 3. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Beverley finds Rondo. Morris against Morris. Back to Beverley. Shot clock at 6. The shot misses. Nice D from Porter. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Leonard comes in for Rajon Rondo. And Denver with a change here, too. Jamal Murray, he's checked in for Morris. Now here's Murray. 3-pointer, Barton. It's hauled in by Beverley. Leonard against Gordon. Leonard kicks to Beverley. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. Outside Leonard. Shot from free throw range. And it's on a bounce to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession. Greg, in New York, you obviously played in a number of championship contending teams. What do the Knicks have to do to get back to that feel, that kind of team?
Well, listen, it starts with stability across the board, but mainly that means at the top. And you got to give this new front office, this new regime, an opportunity. I think they got some good young pieces, but title contenders are not in a constant state of flux right now. They've got to take their baby steps here and start moving in the right direction.
Like you say, it does begin in the front office. Los Angeles calls timeout.
And for Jokic, a slow start to last season, came in heavy, lost over 20 pounds as he played his way into shape, and boy, did he come on strong down the stretch.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Millsap's checked in. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, over the break, I was able to listen to Tyronn Lue's huddle. He likes where things are headed, but he cautioned them to play smart the rest of the way. He said carelessness with the ball, with assignments, with rotations, any of that can undo what we've worked to accomplish so far. Kevin, they are so close.
And so Ibaka will bring it up for the Clippers. Nothing doing offensively yet for them in the fourth. Beverly dishes to George. Passes it to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man.
The Nuggets trail by 11. Well, we know, Greg, that Jokic is never going to be the most explosive athlete, but some have questioned his conditioning, even his motor. What do you see?
I mean, the crazy thing is, even with those questions, he regularly puts up box scores we haven't seen in half a century. But to win it all, you've got to leave no stone unturned. And I think for a young player, he's got to make more of a commitment to his body. And I think we will see that in time.
Jokic. Oh, that's offensive interference. Los Angeles leading by 11. Here's Beverly. It's George on the wing. Back to Leonard. The pass to Ibaka. Back to Leonard. Over Rivers. Leonard, no luck. The Nuggets trail by 11. Outside for Millsap. Murray outside. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter.
And even at 6'5", Murray just elevates high inside for these buckets. A high percentage shooter down low.
And here's George. Inside, and Ibaka slams it in.
We know about George's ability as a scorer, but he's also unselfish and a skilled playmaker.
To the inside, Jokic. Good on the first, and that brings them to within 10. Marcus Morris is checked in for the Clippers. And a switcher also for Denver. Green is checked in for Aaron Gordon.
No way he is happy with himself right now. He knows he has to knock every shot down at this point in the game.
Ibaka finds Beverly. From outside, off the mark. Here's the Nuggets with the ball. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points. The Nuggets moving the ball around. Here's Jokic. Gets an open look and hits.
Nice touch on the jump shot. Jokic's shooting ability changes his team's definition of spacing.
Beverly feeling it out a bit. Outside Leonard. Pass to Zubac. Back to Leonard. In the corner, it's Morris. Clippers working now with the new shot clock. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Zubac. Second shot opportunity. And that one goes long. So the Clippers with the win. Some good competition. All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. A look from before as the Clippers made their way to the locker room. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Norman Powell is out there with Giles, and it's Nurkic in at the center position. And for Los Angeles, we've got Patrick Beverley. Ivica Zubac is out there with Ibaka. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's Morris in at the 3 slot. And it's Leonard missing.
Oh, he found the open space from mid-range. Just maybe rushed his release a little bit.
Up again, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And that'll start us off already. You can feel the tension in this arena.
Oh, man, these fans are pumped. I expect them to be loud tonight. Should be a great game.
Beverley, the pass to Zubac. And here is Ibaka. Back to Morris. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Plenty of experience, Greg, on the floor tonight. How does that shape what we're about to see, do you think?
You know, Kevin, this is one of those games where guys are going to be smart out on the floor. They're going to be in the right positions to make plays. And honestly, this could come down to who makes the bigger, tougher shots.
Here's Nurkic following the basket by Marcus Morris. And it's Lillard missing.
Playing him tough inside and preventing the layup. Now to get the whole team pumped up.
Leonard, score of the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low.
Now here's McCollum. He's looking for Lillard and finds him. Nurkic finds Lillard. 6 on the shot clock. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. No good. Shot missing. So the Clippers will take it the other way. Here's Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And he moves so well. When Leonard drives the lane, it's pretty much a guaranteed bucket. Terrific body control, and he plays with the ultimate force.
Now here's Lillard. Now the pass to Giles. And a wide open look for McCollum. Bangs home the trifecta.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Here's Beverley. Trying to get open is Ibaka. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And Beverly's a guy who loves physical contact. He really tries his best to absorb the contact on his shots to draw these fouls.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Anthony's checked in. Now here's Powell. Kicks it out to Lillard. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
Well, there's never going to be hesitation from Lillard on his catch-and-shoot opportunities. His confidence through the roof on those.
Here's Beverley. Morris passes to Beverley. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. And Leonard gets it to go.
3 for 4 to start. I mean, he's going to try to keep this streak going as long as he can.
To the middle. Nurkic kicks to Powell. And the pass to Lillard. And here's Nurkic. Lays it up off the glass.
And what unselfish play from Lillard. This guy has no problem giving it up, especially when his teammate's wide open.
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Leonard with the ball. Lillard picks him up. Beverley wide open. Good on the three-point shot. Guys back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
And an intentional foul right there.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Little comes in for Norman Powell. Andre Hollis Jefferson, he's checked in for McCollum. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. Pass to Mann. Back to George. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
The Trailblazers shooting their first free throw of the game.
And when you look at their numbers from a season ago, 80% as a unit, that's something you'll be happy with.
One of my favorite trash talkers in the NBA, Cantor, never really shies away from taking jabs at opponents. And I think his teammates like that.
Here's Simons. Little passes to Simons. Here's Mann. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Kennard. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
You got to be more disciplined against elite shooters like Kennard. I mean, as he relishes opportunities at the line.
It's his first trip to the line. And the first one at the line is good. And good on the second, so he makes them both. We've got 28 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Passes to Anthony. Now, Hollis Jefferson. No points in the game yet for him. Simons, the pass to Cantor. Nifty move. And it's good on the way in.
Cantor is a single-minded scorer. Doesn't like to be denied when he's got position, even dealing with a lot of contact.
And here's George. And that one is off. And so, both teams trading buckets as we end the first quarter. Clippers lead by 3. And catching up with Luke Kennard before the game, he discussed what it...
this game, it's...
You know this, it takes time mentally for the game to slow down.
It's a great point. This is why most championship teams are laden with seasoned veterans. You can't rush experience. It happens at its own pace.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far in the scoreboard. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, how many coaches say, we want to start fast? Now, let's see if they can maintain that intensity.
On the court for the Trailblazers, Anthony out there with Collins. Then there's McCollum. Then it's Enes Kanter. And it's Simons in at the point. Kicks it out to McCollum. Pass to Simons. Kanter trying to free himself up. No good on the three. Clippers leading by 5. And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Morris is checked in. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Nurkic checked in for Enes Kanter. Giles comes in for Collins. Powell, he's checked in for Carmelo Anthony. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. Releases. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. And it's the Clippers ball. Leonard attacking. Lillard with the rebound.
That's a shot they're always happy to give, even when he blows the finish.
Shot is good, and the Los Angeles leads cut down to 3 on the bucket from McCollum.
With the quick, accurate release, McCollum thrives on catch-and-shoot opportunities.
On the wing, Morris. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Here's Leonard, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Jusuf Nurkic. Teams have dynasties, the 90s, Michael Jordan. We've seen it over the many decades. Over the next decade, though, who do you think's going to lead the pack there, Greg?
Ooh, that's a great question. You know, with the way Father Time is treating LeBron, you might have to wait and see because he is still playing at such a high level. But you know, obviously Giannis has got to be on the short list with the Bucks. For me, I really look at Luka in Dallas. I just feel like with Kristaps Porzingis, that duo could just be deadly with how the game is played, but don't sleep on the Celtics with Tatum and Brown and that group that they have, with the front office they have. Man, I think the league overall is going to be in great shape moving forward.
It sure seems that way. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And with a good mix of power and agility, Leonard can throw it down with the best of them.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Lillard with it. Leonard picks him up. And here's McCollum for three. Nailed from three-point land. McCollum's got 8 points.
He's so aggressive at that end of the floor, and that's a quality all great scorers have.
Here's Leonard, and then Leonard with the dunk.
Just phenomenal awareness by Beverly, just dishing the ball to the wide-open man easily.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. 3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Anthony in the corner. Here's Simons, defended by George. And there's the pass to Simons. Portland again missing.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
The shot by George, no good. Trailblazers trail by 6. Here's Little. Kennard with the rebound. Stolen by Cantor. Hollis Jefferson passes to Carmelo. The wide open shot by Little, and a miss there on the triple. Pass to Man. Here's the break. That's a 2 from Kennard. That's tipped. The Trailblazers shooting about 33%. Not happy with their play on that end. And it's sent back by George. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will retain possession. His shot was hindered by that momentous mobile 1 block.
Determined to protect the lead with the all-out effort defensively. Superb anticipation on the block.
Cantor, the pass to Simons.
He's dragged them down with his performance today. A whole lot of zeros from him on the stat sheet.
Kennard kicks to Cousins. Here's George. And foul. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. It's a 5-point game. And the layup's good off the glass. George has got 4 points this quarter.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Lillard dishes to Nurkic, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Lillard's got 3 assists in the game. Now, here's George. No good there. Great D that time from Nurkic. Back to McCollum. Over Kennard.
Really like seeing Cousins compete on the deep.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Clipper.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the... Kawhi Leonard is having one of those nights. He had 12 points and 1 assist. He would... And that does it for our half.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And as they can't slow him down, you know what you do? You keep feeding them and feeding them and feeding them. This is the right game plan.
Baca is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Patrick Beverly. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Leonard in at the 2. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Beverly, the pass to Leonard. Shoots over Powell. Rebound by Nurkic. Trailblazers trail by 3. It's McCollum with the drive. And the shot is good.
Timeout.
McCollum's got 10.
He's an excellent penetrator. I mean, as soon as McCollum sees a lane, he's all over.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here. Greg, when you played for the Knicks, I always heard that Charles Oakley would cook for the players. Is that true?
Absolutely. Oak was very particular about his food. And I got to tell you, he knows his way around the kitchen. And to be honest, I would never tell him otherwise.
Well, what was his specialty?
Whatever he made, it was special. It wouldn't matter.
The Trailblazers shooting their second and third free throws tonight. Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead.
A rapper off the court, a number 0 from the town, an elite point guard. He has plenty of personality. He's a fun guy to be around.
From downtown, that one no good. And the Clippers will come the other way. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Collins is checked in.
A guy with George's focus can shrug off the contact. He won't let the defender disrupt his rhythm.
Lillard finds McCollum. Back to Lillard. Kicks it out to McCollum. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That's foul number 2 for him. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Lillard against Beverly. 5 to shoot. Lillard outside. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. The Clippers have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Well, in overtime, Beverly has established himself as just a defensive specialist, juggernaut, an absolute pest who plays his tail off on both ends of the floor.
A different look now for Portland. Cantor checked in for Harry Giles. Carmelo Anthony comes in for C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in for Lillard. Powell with it. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. A different look now for Portland. Little comes in for Collins. Hollis Jefferson subbed in for Powell. And it's Whittle finishing it off.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. A steal. Here's Simons. And he caps off the fast break with a monster slam. Third quarter, guys, and this has been a neck-and-neck game.
Both teams getting it done defensively, as evidenced by the 8 lead changes thus far.
And the Clippers call time here.
Now, you know, Anthony's getting more floor time last season. He worked his way into the Blazers' rotation. Still young, though. It seems like he can carve a rollout on this team.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. George. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. Buried from 15 feet out. George has got 4 points this quarter.
Just focusing on the task at hand. That's all you can do.
Oh, you know what it is. One play at a time. That's got to be the mindset, especially in such a tight game.
Here's Hollis Jefferson, and he lays it straight in. Hollis Jefferson's got his first 2 points.
And Simon's a bit undersized at that two-guard position. Only 6'3", but a natural 2 with playmaking ability.
Ultimately, this team wants him to be a scoring threat off the bench. I mean, have him come in firing from outside. He's got a lot of work to get to that point, though. Oh, he's got a role in this quarter, taking it on himself to guide their offense.
to the left wing, and play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
Last thing they want to be doing right now is giving away possessions. I mean, turnovers can kill you in this kind of game.
The Clippers in the lead. And Cousins kicks to Kennard. Back to Cousins. To the paint. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
We don't talk much about his defense. I mean, Cantor has been much maligned for his work at that end. He's been making a better effort.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
And it's Patterson finishing it off.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? Here's Cantor. Cousins pulls it in. Cousins has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Passes it to Cantor. Portland moving the ball around. Little can't hit. 2-for-1 chance here.
Let's see if they use the clock to their advantage.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Cousins. Morris comes in for Patrick Patterson. Rajon Rondo subbed in for George.
And with a bigger role, Kennard continues to blossom, an efficient, intelligent scorer who plays to his strengths.
He hits the second from the line. Trailblazers trail by 4. Lillard outside. Giles. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Pass to man. High post to Ibaka. And it's good off the back of the rim and in.
Well, you like guys who can work that in-between area. Really keeps the defense honest.
Oh, yeah. Flexibility is crucial. You have to be able to take what the defense gives you.
Lillard finds McCollum. Off target from outside. The shot misses. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Clippers lead by 4. And we'll be back right after this. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
This is how you quarterback an offense. He sees and anticipates what the defense is doing.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. On the floor for Portland, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Giles, and it's Powell in at the 3. It's good.
Oh, that's not the kind of interior defense you want. Way too slow to protect the rim.
Lillard dishes to Powell. Back to Lillard. Lets it go with the 3. It's hauled in by Zubats. Zubats has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
It's stolen by Morris. Back to Leonard. The pass to Ibaka. In the corner, it's Morris. And Ibaka kicks to Leonard. Leonard draws the double. 6 to shoot. Ibaka, the pass to Zubats. Nurkic with the block.
His coaches and teammates like this type of energy. Nurkic demonstrating that he could be an anchor on the defense.
Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Rajon Rondo. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Zach Collins checked in for Giles. McCollum dishes to Lillard. Over Ibaka. Lillard finds Nurkic.
Oh, he's a real menace. Nurkic is 7'1". He's difficult to guard without foul.
And that one misses. And the Clippers making a change here. George is checked in. And the second free throw, good. And the Clippers call time here. let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, over the break, I was able to listen to Tyronn Lue's huddle. He said, keep grinding. We're in good shape. Things aren't always going to go perfectly. Don't let that slow you down. Let's just stick to what got us here. Kevin, we'll see if they can build on this lead.
Leonard draws the double. George against Collins. And the rejection by Collins. And he commits the intentional foul. Anthony's checked in for the Trailblazers. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Dishes to Lillard. There's the three. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Ibaka's got 5 rebounds tonight.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Shot from the wing. Portland again missing. Clippers leading by 5. Leonard attacking. Anthony with the defensive effort.
Not the most productive quarter he'll ever have, but his shot selection's been a little bit dubious.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Lillard from outside.
And speed and effort level, 2 things that make Ibaka an outstanding defender.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game. Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Appreciate the effort, though, making his presence felt defensively.
Outside Leonard. Five on the clock. Gets a hand on it, controls the rebound, and puts it back up and in. Zubac has got his first points of the game.
He makes so many hustle plays, and here he's working the offensive glass for the tip-in.
Lillard against Beverly. Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Foul dishes to Nurkic. Yes, that goes in. 9 points for Nurkic.
Well, this is what you want from Nurkic, a fearless player who welcomes the chance to take important shots.
Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Beverly finds Leonard. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Nurkic with the block. Zubac the pass to Ibaka. George against McCollum. A second chance effort. George, no good. And so it's Anthony bringing it up for the Trailblazers. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points.
And Lillard is known for being a clutch shooter. He's the guy they go to. He's the guy they believe in.
Beverly, the pass to Ibaka. McCollum against George. Over McCollum. They get it back. It's good on the putback. And the Clippers lead by 5.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Now a timeout called by Portland. They're trailing by 5. There's 48 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now we present our New Balance player of the game, Paul George.
And I love that it's been a hard-charging performance. Jump shots have been kind of an afterthought. His main goal has been to attack the rim and put the D in some tough spots.
And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We'll have to now review the personal foul in question.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
George is checked in for Marcus Morris. And so he's good on all 3 free throws, and that brings them within 2 here.
Getting it done at the line as he usually does, and that could be huge in a tight game like this one.
Leonard kicks to Beverly. George dishes to Beverly. Pass to Leonard. Yes!
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Yeah, he approached that one with total confidence. He has what it takes to come through in the clutch.
No time to waste on this possession.
Yeah, they got to get into the play fast and execute. It's your only hope.
Paul George with the steal. Right wing. Beverly, the pass to Leonard. Here's George. Shoots it up. Off target. So it's the Clippers taking the win in a close one. It was up for grabs, right? And those are the starting lineups. Lots of interesting. Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports. GA, it's all yours.
Hey, Kevin.
It might indeed, David. Well said. Thank you for that report. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Zubats in at the 5. And for the Mavericks, they've got Porzingis. Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Luka Doncic. Then there's Marjanovic. And it's Kleba in at the 3, the small forward. Doncic, no good.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Clippers moving the ball around. Morris kicks to Beverly. Leonard against Hardaway. Good.
Kawhi Leonard from the restricted area. Turn the lights out.
Here's Dallas. Now, here's Doncic. To the middle. It's tipped. Here's Marjanovic. And Marjanovic with the slam.
And, Kevin, lots of standing around and watching by the defense that time.
And he makes them pay, doesn't he, Greg, with that emphatic slam.
You know, but at this level, almost any guy can throw it down on you if you leave him wide open.
And the Clippers have possession, following the score by Dallas.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
And Doncic was part of a draft day trade that so far seems to have worked out pretty well for both teams.
That's exactly right. Doncic, Greg, was selected by Atlanta with the 3rd pick. He was then quickly shipped to Dallas for the 5th overall pick, which turned into Trae Young, plus a future pick. Neither of these young men wasted any time putting their stamp on the NBA. I do think their futures will always be discussed in connection with the other.
The Mavericks have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. To the wing right side, Porzingis. Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound for Los Angeles. They've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And the Clippers miss again.
Well, you simply have to shake that one off, right? You can't let that kind of missed opportunity bother you.
Hardaway against Beverly. Hardaway passes to Marjanovic. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Back to Hardaway, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And the Clippers get called for the foul.
Well, this is a quick and decisive offensive player who's not afraid of contact. Love Tim Hardaway Jr. accepting the contact.
Mavericks making a switch here. Brunson's checked in. And then for Los Angeles, Mand's checked in. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Morris passes to Cousins. That one doesn't drop. Now Dallas takes it the other way. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
And Dallas going with a whole new group out there. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Cousins. Patterson comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Kennard, he's checked in for Marcus Morris. And it's Paul George in for Rajon Rondo. Cauley Stein's shot is good. Looking at current NBA players, Greg, leaving aside the real star players, who would you love to have played with from this era?
And there's so many guys that, and I hate to call them role players because they bring so much more to the table, but in reality, they got to fill some roles, right? And, John Collins is a guy who's got great potential, a tremendous finisher around the rim. How about Robert Covington, a smooth shooter who defends his tail off? Davis Bertans, a deadly floor spacer who can put the ball down and create and make plays. So there's so many guys like that in the league that make a difference in determining whether your team can win or lose.
Boy, those are three names I don't know that I would have mentioned, so I'm glad you did. 1:07 left here in the first quarter. Richardson the pass to Redick. That three off the mark. Clippers trail by 4. Kennard for 3. Powell pulls it in. The Mavericks have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. The shot by Redick, no good. They can trade 2 for 1 here.
Would be the right move, I believe, right now.
George, no good. Mavericks leading by 4. And the wide open shot from Redick. Redick can't get that one to fall. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Great finish. What a setup. Terrific ball movement there.
Dallas has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. George against Richardson. Over George. And it's Cauley Stein. That time on the assist by Richardson.
Nice work inside by Cauley Stein. Great tools as a finisher.
George looking over the floor. Over Richardson. No good off the back of the rim. It could go. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Mavericks ahead, up 4. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
Guys, I love their defense in that first period. They were in position and just challenging shots.
Well, I think they combined great intelligence with great effort, and you can see the results.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the floor for Dallas, Jalen Brunson out there with Josh Richardson. Then there's Dwight Powell. Then there's Marjanovic. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3 spot. Here's Brunson after the basket by Los Angeles. And he makes good on the layup. Brunson's got his first points in this one.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Pass to Batum. Kennard on the wing. Hands it from downtown. Kennard's got 5 points now in the quarter.
You simply must play better defense than that. This guy is too good from distance.
And we play just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. That one good for 2. Brunson's got his second basket.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Well, he's attacking, he's forcing the issue, and that's simply stated a terrific play.
Kennard's shot is off. Mavericks leading by 3. Marjanovic passes to Brunson. Over Beverly. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. Good work defensively by Richardson.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
And Greg, Josh Richardson's a terrific ball handler out on the wing who can create for others.
Richardson gets a lot of assists per game at that wing position, not just looking to finish plays, but also to create for others. Very well-rounded threat on the offensive end, and that gives this team another dimension in terms of playmaking.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Porzingis, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. Maxi Kleber comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Hardaway's checked in for Richardson. And Doncic is subbed in for Jalen Brunson.
There's a real knack for understanding when a guy is uncovered, and Paul George's court awareness on display right there. Beautiful.
Now, here's Doncic. Knocks it loose and stolen by Cousins. George with the ball. He's picked up by Doncic. And so it's Porzingis. He'll bring it up for Dallas. It's a three-point game. Marjanovic kicks to Kleber. Back to Marjanovic. Over Ibaka, and he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. So, for the Clippers, Ivica Zubac has checked in for Serge Ibaka, and it's Patrick Beverley in for George. Clippers trail by 3. Beverley the pass to Leonard. And here's Beverley. Leonard looking around. Over Hardaway, and too long on the shot.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Great positioning on the putback. And the Mavericks lead by 5.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Outside Leonard launches a 3. A rebound by Marjanovic. Marjanovic has got his 4th rebound in this one. Hardaway kicks to Doncic. Back to Hardaway. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Hardaway has got the lead up to 7 now for the Mavs.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Outside Leonard. And here's Beverley. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Latrey kicks it out to Leonard. 4 on the clock. Puts up a 3. A rebound by Marjanovic. Marjanovic has got rebound number 5 here tonight.
I'll tell you, it feels all night like this guy's been forcing shots, rushing shots. He's really struggling on the offensive end.
From the baseline, Cousins, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Well, just great work by DeMarcus Cousins. Persistence, great scoring ability, and that's how you manufacture points.
Here's Doncic. Passes it to Marjanovic. 30 seconds left in the first half. No good on that one. Cousins with it. He's picked up by Doncic. Porzingis with the rebound. Mavericks leading by 5 to the left side wing. Kleber finds Doncic. And he makes that one.
If he sees a lane to the rim, Doncic will capitalize. Nice drive.
Outside Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. And a close game so far through the first. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you. The first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. Win or lose, Kenny, the Mavericks have been one of the more stable organizations. And
second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Greg, you're the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters. But ultimately, your teammates got to feel like you play for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No, that is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. We've got Patrick Beverly. Baca is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Morris in at the 3.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Let's remember, in college, just a 25% three-point shooter, but Kawhi Leonard, he makes a weakness a strength.
And what a unique career Serge Ibaka has had. Some incredible totals for him over the course of his career.
That's right, Greg. I mean, I think people would be shocked to know Serge Ibaka was the first player ever to make 500 threes and have 1,500 blocks. Hard to imagine nobody had ever accomplished that feat. Give credit to Ibaka. He changed his offense and added the free ball. And that's about length. It's about awareness. It's about anticipation. Porzingis able to kickstart the break.
Beverly against Doncic. Cousins, the pass to Morris. No good on the 3. Dallas leading by 4. To the inside. Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
How about the height and the length and the athleticism of Kristaps Porzingis? Barely has to jump to throw that down.
Kicks it out to Leonard. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Clock at 6. Here's the 3. The Mavericks pull it in.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Out to Doncic. Back to Porzingis. Doncic looking it over. Makes it off the glass. And it's an 8-point Dallas lead.
You cannot let Doncic get established on the interior. This guy feels very comfortable wherever he is on the floor.
Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Ibaka finds Beverly. Now Cousins. Headed by Porzingis. Back to Morris to end the run. And he sinks the layup. Morris has got 4 points this quarter.
Well, you love it. DeMarcus Cousins drawing the defensive attention and still has the court awareness to make the play.
And that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And the Mavericks with some changes. Powell, he's checked in for Porzingis. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Maxi Kleber. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Josh Richardson. And it's good for 2.
What a gifted natural scorer is Luka Doncic. Nice looking shot.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And so they foul intentionally. A different look for Dallas. J.J. Redick's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Richardson in for Doncic.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
And the dunk by Powell.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
And at this point, it is their game to lose. They've done such a good job building the lead.
Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Boy, remarkable strength with Ibaka, right? Fends off whatever the defense throws his way, converts through contact. That's nice.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
And just 72% from the line a season ago. Not the greatest of numbers, but there are guys who are far worse off when it comes to free throw shooting.
Richardson outside. There's 47 seconds left in the third quarter. Finney-Smith passes to Cauley Stein. And Cauley Stein throws it down.
And everything is dropping for them. Terrific second half run.
And I think it's been all about their offensive efficiency, shooting the lights out in this quarter.
Here's Mann. His three-pointers off the mark. Dallas with the ball. They're on a 14-5 run. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Powell, and another basket for Dallas.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Well, what great game planning, what great execution. It doesn't get much better than this.
George against Richardson. Releases from 15. That's it, and the Dallas lead is cut down to 9. They're back within single digits after that one from George. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They're shooting the ball so... And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
Well, having multiple playmakers on the floor makes you a much tougher team to defend.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks, as always, for joining us. Dwight Powell is out there with Marjanovic. Then there's J.J. Redick. Then there's Richardson. And it's Finney Smith in at small forward. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks.
I'll tell you, despite his struggles at the offensive end, this team still finds themselves in control of the ball game.
Dallas leading by 9. It's Redick on the wing. Sinks the triple. Redick's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Mavs.
Hard to imagine them losing this game if they can keep shooting like that.
On the wing, Batum. Pass to Kennard. From deep. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Powell's got 4 rebounds now tonight. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Clippers trail by 12. Now Kennard. At the elbow, Batum. There's the pass to Rondo. Clippers moving the ball around. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Los Angeles with another miss. The Mavericks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Marjanovic finds Redick. From deep. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Zubac has got his 4th rebound in this one.
I'll tell you, his shot is just lost right now. There's just no consistency. Amazing that they're still up in this basketball game.
Mavericks leading by 12. And they go to the intentional foul. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Porzingis is checked in for Powell. Hardaway comes in for J.J. Redick. And Doncic is subbed in for Richardson. Doncic with it. A 3 ball. Pass to Finney Smith. Lets the 3 fly. And he's good on the 3 ball. And the Mavericks lead by 15.
He's just stretching him out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
Well, you know this. This is a guy who's looking for his shot the whole time. You have to know who you're guarding. KYP, know your personnel.
It's Hardaway with the drive. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Your son, Cole Gregg, was one of the top high school players in America. A lot of services had him number 1. Talk about what it was like going through the recruiting process as a dad.
You know, it was fun for the most part because he really kind of kept everything in perspective. And the teams we dealt with, the schools we dealt with, man, they were all top-notch. So that process, about as enjoyable as one could ask for. But at the same time, it's still stressful, man. That's still your little guy getting ready to head off to college.
Well, you're a dad and a proud one at that. And here's Doncic from the arc. And no good that time. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. And oh, here we go with George. Nobody back.
Well, you love the energy out there. Paul George is an extremely confident, extremely versatile player, and he brings a great level of activity to both ends.
And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually, he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar.
Leonard, the pass to Zubac. Outside Leonard. And George kicks to Leonard. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. Porzingis with the rebound. Porzingis has got his 5th rebound in this one.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for Dallas.
The biggest factor tonight had to be their great shooting. They shot much better than the other team.
Yeah, they were working hard on both sides of the floor, but that sky-high field goal percentage plus the pressure defense to force the other team into a lot of misses. Love the effort tonight.
Well, Paul George says, I can answer with my own big-time three-point shot. Go to work, PG.
George against Doncic. Out left to the wing. Here's Marjanovic. Kleba, the pass to Marjanovic. The 3 for Doncic. Another 3 for Dallas.
Boy, the quick trigger of Luka Doncic makes him especially dangerous in catch and shoot. Good luck, defender.
George against Doncic. And it's George again missing.
When you're not in rhythm with the 3-ball, why do you keep firing from there?
Hardaway finds Marjanovic. From deep 3-point range, the rebound by Ibaka. Morris looking over the floor. Nobody near Leonard. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. And the Clippers starting five. Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Ibaka in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Nuggets, Millsap and Jokic, the big men. Will Barton is out there with Murray. And it's Porter in at the three. Now here's Barton. Back to Murray. Pass to Jokic. Just 4 to shoot. And there's Murray on the assist by Jokic. And Brent, these teams boasting great depth. Many feel that's a hallmark of a great front office.
You go back and you look, Kevin, at some of the teams that have made deep playoff runs or eventually won the championships. That tinkering about bringing in a veteran or just one piece to make that next step for that one matchup or that one series, finding contributions like that up and down the roster, absolutely, that can make a difference.
Back to Murray. Beverley against Jokic. The shot from the low post is good.
And I like that from Murray. Not an extra dribble. Get the ball to the open teammate right away.
Outside Leonard. It's hauled in by Jokic.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
Kept alive. The kick out to Porter. Millsap dishes to Barton. Pass to Jokic. Back to Barton. Goes back up. Jokic controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Yeah, Jokic in a smart place there. Collects the offensive rebound. Very alert and cleans up the mess.
Leonard attacking, and it's sent back by Millsap. And here's the fast break. Porter leading the way. Yep, that one goes in there.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
And if you're drawing up your starting five for team irrational confidence, Jamal Murray makes a strong case. This guy is fearless.
The Clippers have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Morris outside. Back to Beverley. Clippers moving the ball around. Morris finds Beverley. Here's Zubac. Millsap covering. It's good. And Murray, we know, can be streaky, Greg. Still mid 30% for his career from three-point range.
Of course, the degree of difficulty pretty high on a lot of his shots. Off the bounce with a hand in his face. And he's more than a shooter, a versatile scorer who can get it done in a variety of ways.
It's stolen by Ibaka. Morris inside. Barton defending. Here's Zubac. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. He's perfect from the line this time. The Nuggets leading by 5. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, GA. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Patterson comes in for Ivica Zubac. And it's George in for Rajon Rondo. And the wide open shot from Morris. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Here's Mann. Rebound by the Nuggets. Dozier kicks to Rivers. 1:35 left to play in the first. McGee, the pass to Rivers. Down low, here's Kennard. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
There are only a few players in the league who can hit a teammate like that in stride. Beautiful assist.
1:16 left in the first quarter. Morris passes to McGee. Here's Dozier. Back to McGee. And stolen by Cousins. Patterson dishes to Cousins. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed. He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
Now here's Rivers. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And nothing is falling for him right now. And here's Cousins. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Kennard. That one goes in.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Here's Morris. Pass to McGee. He kicks it to Bull. Dishes it to Morris. And there's the pass to Dozier. 6 on the shot clock. Inside. McGee's shot is off. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Here's Kennard. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
I mean, with just how dominant he can be scoring inside and outside, to have that kind of vision, wow, what a complete center.
And some nice defense there to end the quarter. And so the first quarter is in the books. Clippers lead. We recently checked in with Jamal Murray, who discussed the team's approach to
the mentality of how we play, how we move.
Greg, sounds like something a coach would say.
It's probably something his coach has said time and time again, but Murray's really matured into a reliable, sometimes spectacular performer for this team.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, going to the bench early, they obviously knew what they were doing.
Yeah, looking for a spark here, and the coach tapped the right guys to get out there and provide it.
JaMychal Green is out there with Jokic. Then it's Aaron Gordon. Then there's Monte Morris. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Back to Barton. Murray against Beverly, trying to get open as Ibaka. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Clippers leading by 6. Beverly with the ball. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Millsap against Leonard. Over Millsap. And it's Leonard missing.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
The playmaking of Jokic, so incredible. Creating this inverted offense. Bones, for your money, does it matter what position your best playmaker occupies?
I don't think so. And Jokic might be the secret sauce to that, and improving that from the center position, much like Arvydas Sabonis and Vlade Divac before him, can impact and also frustrate opposing defenses because you can't stop the center from making these kind of plays. Great focus from Murray, really sticking it to the D right there with the tough and one.
The Nuggets shooting their first foul shot of the game.
And a story about Jamal Murray. He was doing two-a-days for Team Canada And the coach wanted him to rest, you know, so he confiscates his sneakers, came back and found him working out barefoot.
Well, they might want to check his web browser because I believe he did a search for lock picks because they put bars on the door to keep him out of the gym, and he still might try to find a way in.
2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Murray against Beverly. Jokic kicks to Barton. It's stolen by Morris. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. Banked in off the glass. Beverly's got the lead up to 7 now for the Clippers.
Beverly has strength to go along with a tremendous amount of quickness and a nice job on the break that time.
Here's Murray. Pass to Jokic. Over Ibaka. Murray right side. That one off the back iron and out. Los Angeles leading by 7. Morris with the ball. He's picked up by Millsap. It's tipped. Ibaka finds Morris. Here's Leonard. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the official.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Kennard's checked in. McGee the pass to Morris. Back to McGee, and the slam dunk by McGee.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Passes to Kennard. To the middle. Here's Patterson. It's blocked.
And that massive wingspan coming into play there. Ball uses it to perfection to block shots.
It's stolen. Cousins with it. Now Bol defending. On up the court. A nice shot by George.
Now, what a great option he gives them on every possession.
The Nuggets trail by 9. 1:14 left in the second quarter. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And if you really want to make things hard on yourselves, this is exactly how you do it. Turnovers on back-to-back trips down the floor.
And then George with the jam.
Paul George dunk contest? Maybe a little older, but I love to see him get up.
Up top, Rivers. No points in the game yet for him. A different look for Denver. Murray outside. The kick out to Porter. Picked off in midair. And here's the fast break. Here's George. Oh,
goodness. Yeah, Paul George will take those opportunities anytime he can get them. A nice dunk there.
And here is Murray. 8 points for him. Millsap passes to Jokic. That shot, no good. And the Clippers will come the other way. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Millsap against Patterson. Cousins dishes to Patterson. Pass to George. Just 5 to shoot. From 11 feet away, that one a little long.
Yeah, my expectations were that he was not going to miss that one.
And so it's Los Angeles. 13 points up at the end of the period.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2. And Kenny, like Kawhi Leonard, Paul George doesn't show a whole lot of emotion. He lets... Hey.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Without question, Jamal Murray displaying his skills today.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
Setting the floor for the Clippers. They've got Morris. Ibaka is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Patrick Beverley, and it's Leonard in at the 2 guard. And that was a great replay we just saw of our mobile 1 block.
And guys, that's about as good a defensive play as you'll see. Instant reaction to get a hand to the shot.
And he gets the bucket. Greg, you and I talk about the big man, his role in the current NBA, and how they can possibly carry the standard for the great centers before them. And you played with the great one and Patrick Ewing, so you have a great appreciation, I would think, for it.
Oh, no doubt about it. And I think 2 guys kind of separated themselves a little bit. Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid, I think, are the 2 guys that stand out for me because of their ability, in essence, to do everything well. They can shoot it, they pass it, they can shoot it from the free throw line, they give you rim protection. I throw Rudy Gobert up there as an elite center as well. Doesn't have the offensive impact that those guys have, but he does impact the game as well.
3 young, dynamic centers. Those are good names. Aaron Gordon, he's checking in for Denver.
And Bones, he stands just 6'1", but Patrick Beverley rebounds like a forward.
The fact that he's going to bring it mentally, GA, I mean, that's the huge advantage. I think if you're in the opposing locker room and you know you're going to get on the floor, Patrick Beverley is going to be right in your jock for every minute that you're going to be competing against him.
Now here's Leonard, following the miss by Paul Millsap. Ibaka finds Beverley. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Leonard, the pass to Zubac. Good work there as it goes. Zubac has got 6 points.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Murray. And that one is good.
Well, if Murray gets his slashing game together like that, that's a good sign for his offense. Love how confident he is.
And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Now Beverley. He's got 6. Outside Leonard. And Ibaka slams it in.
You know, a lot of times we talk about good passing, but accurate passing is a huge quality of a good pass, and Leonard did it there.
Murray, the pass to Jokic. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. 8 points for him.
That kind of looks like a predictable shot, one that they want. The defense has to prevent the ball from getting into that sweet spot.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Now, here is George.
Timeout.
And the Clippers call time here.
And Jokic carrying that standard for a superstar big man. For your money, though, Bones, is he the best true center in the game?
I don't think he's a true center in the sense, GA, that you can't really go down to the post and have him create his own offense by scoring the basketball. Of course, he's going to create plays for his teammates. I still think AD holds that title right now.
Denver making a switch here. Green's checked in, and Los Angeles making a change here as well. Ibaka's checked in. George against Rivers, and the shot goes in.
That's a nice play by Paul George, showing a nice touch from the mid-range.
Bull kicks to Rivers. To the inside. And it's Bull that time on the assist by Rivers.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
George passes to Kennard. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. And George, here we go. And it's good, 2 points.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Kennard against Morris. Over Kennard. And there's another one for the Nuggets.
And that field goal percentage climbing now above 50%. They look like a different team here in the second half.
Now, here's Kennard. He has 6. Here's Mann, and it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Here's Bull. Nice move. Sweet move. In deep, McGee drops it in.
And at 7'2", Bull has incredible vision, including noticing when his teammates are open.
And George kicks to Kennard. George against Rivers. And it goes down 2 points. George has got 6 points in the quarter.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Here's Green. Paul George making his last shot. Morris with the ball. George picks him up. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. Rivers, good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Rivers has got himself on the board with 3 there.
Well, the deep ball accuracy is much more consistent now from Austin Rivers, learning how to be an effective shooter at this level.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
So helpful to the offensive versatility when your bigs can create, freeing everybody up, and that cut was wide open.
And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Jermichael Green is out there with Gordon, and it's Nikola Jokic. Then it's Michael Porter. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Clippers leading by 14. Morris dishes to Leonard. And the wide open shot from Morris. Finds himself wide open and drills it.
And dangerous in that catch and shoot game. In fact, anytime Morris can square up, he's a lot more consistent.
Outside Gordon. The pass to Porter. Right side Green. On the wing, Porter. 13 feet away. And Jokic throws it down.
Jokic is a big center, tough to contain close to the basket. That's a nice throwdown.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Rajon Rondo. Pass to Zubac. Millsap with the steal. And the Nuggets pushing it up now, and so they choose to intentionally foul. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for the Clippers. Paul George comes in for Marcus Morris. About a minute and a half through the 4th quarter now. Stolen by George, and now the Clippers on the break. Leonard with the ball. Count it. And the Clippers lead by 16.
Just a lightning bolt there in transition. No one can match up with Kawhi, especially at his position. That time they pay the price.
Now here's Cousins. Right side Leonard. Floats it up for Cousins. Millsap with the steal. And here's the fast break. Jokic leading the way. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
Well, you have to think, if Jokic is that good a passer, his mind is always working. Why not work it to get contact like that?
Free throw, good. Jokic. Hey, Greg, if you could coach one team right now, who would it be?
That's a tough one. Clippers, Lakers, Bucks. You know what? I would probably go Lakers or Bucks because you would have an opportunity to coach someone who arguably might be considered the best to ever play the game, because I think Giannis is trending in that direction, and LeBron obviously already is.
How about a guy like Kemba Walker and coaching the Celtics, having him to do what you want to do on the floor?
Oh, he'd be brilliant, and
yeah.
Kemba, one of the most underrated leaders in our game. Great human being.
Here's Porter. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got 4 assists in the game.
A high-level athlete with great run and jump ability. Porter finishes well in transition.
Porter against George. It's all in by the Nuggets. Jokic has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Beverly looking around. And Porter comes to help. Zubac's the pass to Beverly. Los Angeles with another miss. And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the Nuggets. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points. Jokic passes to Murray. They double him with George. Leonard kicks to George. There's 1:17 left in the fourth quarter. And out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Los Angeles. Here's Murray. We've got 1:08 left in the game. He gets it in there.
Well, some good interior crucial points here as Murray's staying active in the paint.
Here's Beverly. It's George on the wing. Shot clock at 6. Trying to end the drought. Gets that one through the hole. Make him now 7 of 13 in this game.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, when you step into an opposing team's arena and you can play with this type of composure, boy, that food tastes good on the way out of town.
He's going to be shaking his head on that one. Knows he missed an easy one.
Yeah, you can't make them all, and for sure you'll want him taking that kind of shot.
Murray outside. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. From deep. George, no good. Fires for 3. No good. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. David, thank you as always. Soaring high above the Willamette. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Marcus Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Ibaka. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Leonard in at the 2 spot. And for the Trailblazers, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Powell is out there with Giles. And it's Nurkic in at the 5 down low. Terrific, talented backcourts tonight. Greg, did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
Now, here is Ibaka. 6 to shoot. Here's Morris. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And I like the different looks that Morris can give you inside, outside, and in transition.
Lillard against Beverley. Lillard with the bucket.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Now, here's Beverley. Leonard inside, guarded by Powell, and Leonard gets it to go.
Great job by Kawhi. Strong, physical, plays with an edge.
Lillard the pass to Powell. Here is Lillard from deep three-point range, rebounded by Serge Ibaka. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Here's Leonard. He can't hit that time. And it's Portland the other way. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. The shot by Powell, no good. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Leonard attacking. The rebound by Giles. Trailblazers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
The power, the length, the ability to finish. Leonard dominant in that painted area.
Lillard outside. It's blocked. Another shot. And the layup is up and in. Lillard's got 8 points.
In this period, they're feeding him, and he's feeling it.
Zubac the pass to Leonard. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Mistake by the defender, fouling a very good free throw shooter in Kawhi.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And you look at his numbers from last year, 89% from the line, so hard to ask for much more than that.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Collins comes in for Harry Giles. Carmelo Anthony's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Ibaka. Patterson comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And Paul George is subbed in for Jackson.
What a defensive play. Gets the stop and does it without fouling. In OKC, Paul George shows he can be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Hey, if you're not going to fight over, you're essentially giving the shooter the look he wants.
Here's Anthony. Paul George making his last shot. A three from McCollum. That one's not going to go. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played. Outside, George. Patterson dishes to George. The shot's good.
And PG, you know, he has the versatility to succeed in different roles. Doesn't have to dominate the ball.
Yes, and if anything, he's more comfortable scoring within the flow of the offense. With his all-around impact, doesn't need to force things to make winning plays. But if you need him to, he can.
McCollum, and no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Mann passes to Patterson. The three from George. And it's Portland with the rebound. Kicks it out to McCollum. Pass to Kanter. Here's Simons. The rebound by Patterson. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. And Cousins gets it to go.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Trailblazers trail by 6. Here's Simons. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Deep 2 from Anthony. Kanter, the pass to Simons. Over George. The putback, and Kanter able to finish.
And usually amongst the leaders in their offensive rebound rate, Kanter gives your team found points off misses.
And we reached the end of the first quarter. Clippers ahead. They're up by 4. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. Damian Lillard told us before the game, when asked how he stays so
humble begins. You know, I'm from.
Well, some of the best stories in our league are about guys who struggled to get to where they are today.
And I really hope the young guys out there are listening to this. You don't have to be a 5-star prospect to achieve your dreams.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Yeah, they were very physical and very aggressive. They've just been the better team so far.
Collins is out there with Anthony. Then there's C.J. McCollum. Then it's Enes Kanter. And it's Simons in at the 1 spot. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Nurkic checked in for Kanter. Harry Giles comes in for Zach Collins. Norman Powell's checked in for C.J. McCollum. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for the Clippers. Patterson comes in for Morris. Lillard against George. Tries to keep it alive. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. Now the superstar players always get the headlines, but you need more great role players, it seems, as you look at the history of champions, to win. So that being said, Greg, what kind of role players do you look for?
You know, Kevin, it starts on your best player, and I think you go from there. Obviously, in today's game, spot-up shooting is critically important, and then you got to factor in versatility. You need guys that can guard multiple positions, that give you some rim protection, but obviously that can also shoot the basketball. And I think it's critical having that instant offense guy coming off the bench as well, to when your team's in a bit of a funk, somebody you can trust to kind of light a fire.
Good point. And the pass to Nurkic. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That's on Patrick Patterson.
A physical big, Nurkic embracing, going up and attracting the contact when he's trying to score.
And both free throws good for Nurkic. Quarter number 2, we're about 2 minutes in. Clippers leading by 5. Now here is George. He's got 11. And basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
And Lillard kicks to Powell. Lillard with it. He's picked up by Cousins. Goes back up. Here's Nurkic. The wide open look here for Anthony. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. The Clippers have gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. And Cousins gets it to go. Cousins has got the lead up to 9 now for Los Angeles.
Way to run the floor, big fella. And this is what you get from DeMarcus Cousins. He plays with a lot of passion.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Great open look there. Lillard's got 11 points.
And when Lillard's hitting the tray ball, it really opens things up for him. As good a passer as he is, he becomes a major headache for the D if he gets hot from beyond.
Here's Leonard. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
The NBA champion, Finals MVP, Kawhi has done a lot in a short time.
Enes Kanter's checked in for the Trailblazers. Collin comes in for Carmelo Anthony.
I'll tell you, he doesn't give points away. Excellent job from the line.
Kanter kicks to Nurkic. Powell, the pass to Nurkic. Stolen by Beverly. Here's Leonard. And that one drops. He's got 10.
One of the more physical wings in the league. Kawhi gets smacked there, but not to be denied.
To the paint. Kicks it out to McCollum. The dish now to Lillard. And it's off from 3-point range. And here's Beverly. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Every organization needs team-first guys like Patrick Beverly. That's a terrific pass.
Passes it to Nurkic. Kanter with it. And the rejection by Ibaka. Morris kicks to Leonard. Morris trying to free himself up, and Leonard gets it to go on the assist by Morris.
Attacking, trying to get good looks. Give Kawhi credit. He finds one.
Beverly against Lillard. Kicks it out to McCollum. Down low. Nurkic dishes to Lillard. Portland no good that time either.
And for his offense, this has just been a brutal period.
Beverly the pass to Morris. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Leonard attacking. Good on the bucket. Leonard's got 10 points in the quarter.
I'll tell you, it's one thing to do this at home, another to do it in a hostile environment.
They built up this huge league with great play at both ends. They're going to love watching film tomorrow.
Kawhi Leonard has been on display for Los Angeles.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every. Kawhi Leonard is having one of those nights. He had 16 points, and that's all for now.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
And it's not like everything's been at the rim. There's been a number of jump shots along the way.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. Reggie Jackson out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Ibaka in at the 5, home in the paint. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Here's Powell. It's blocked. Kanter kicks to Powell. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot.
Terrific play. This is why you run your offense through him and live with the results.
Beverly with the ball. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. And it's Patterson finishing it off.
Quick lick from Patterson makes finishing plays off with a dunk look easy.
Trailblazers trail by 18, and now they decide to foul intentionally. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Here's Simon. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
And this is where Nurkic gets a lot of his points, staying active even after the shot goes up.
Pass to Leonard. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Excellent D from Kanter. And here's McCollum for 3. The Clippers grab the miss.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
You know, to me, this is when you want to focus on creating for others. Give someone else a chance. It's called a teammate.
Feeds to Nurkic.
With excellent footwork, Nurkic remains effective in those pick-and-roll situations.
Now Beverly. Leonard on the wing. And finished off by Leonard.
And I like that he's staying aggressive. One of the NBA's most consistent scorers. Kawhi's been doing it all tonight.
Pass to McCollum. To the paint. Here's Nurkic. And the rejection by Ibaka. Outside Leonard. Dishes to Ibaka. Leonard the pass to Morris. Back to Leonard. Just 5 on the clock. Yep, it counts. Greg is a broadcaster. Who have been some of your favorite personalities to cover?
Man, that's a great question. You know, most of the stars, I'm a big fan of Durant and Steph and LeBron and those guys. Chris Paul's another one that's a favorite. So many other guys, you know, there's so much more personality and so much more confidence these guys have working in front of the camera. I think that just makes for a better experience.
Somebody asked me the other day, who was my favorite? You know who I said?
Who was that?
Greg Anthony.
Oh, you're just saying that because it's true.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Collins checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Giles comes in for Enes Kanter. Carmelo Anthony, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And Damian Lillard subbed in for McCollum.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
This has been an impressive performance tonight. Even with a big lead, they've maintained their focus.
And George with the stuff.
And with those long strides, it takes Paul George no time to get to the rim.
And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for Portland. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Collins passes to Simons. They can't stop the run with that one.
And they just can't find a way to end this thing. Nothing falling right now.
All you see is a lot of frustration. Someone needs to step up and make a play to turn this thing around.
Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Shot clock at 5. Now here's Patterson. Defense is right there. Out of bounds. Portland takes possession. And Portland making a change here. Hollis Jefferson's checked in. Portland's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Lillard against Kennard. Kicks it out to Lillard. Back to Hollis Jefferson. There's the triple. Lillard misses. It'll count. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. The Trailblazers shooting the ball poorly, just 28%. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. On the floor for Portland, we've got Robert Covington, Damian Lillard out there with Hollis Jefferson. Then it's Little, and it's Collins in at the center position. Rondo dishes to Batum. Back to Rondo. It's George on the wing. And stolen by Lillard. And now Lillard pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Basket good.
And love to see Lillard get the fast break going. He's a quick thinker with great hands.
On the wing, Jackson. On the wing, Jackson. Back to George. High post try. They grab their own miss. From deep. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
You know what another option is? Just give the ball up. Let someone else make a play.
Outside, Batum. George looking around. Launches it. He watches it go through the hoop for his 8th make. Now 8 for 14.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Hollis Jefferson passes to Lillard. Hollis Jefferson kicks to Lillard. With the putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they?
The will is there, but the execution is lacking. He can't seem to finish plays this quarter.
Drains it from beyond the arc. Hollis Jefferson's got 5 points now this quarter.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Outside Rondo. On the wing, George. On the wing, George. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And, guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yes, the last few years, the rules changes have tended to benefit the offenses. This evens things out a bit.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Nurkic checked in for Collins. Giles comes in for Robert Covington. Norman Powell's checked in for Little. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Rondé Hollis Jefferson. And the Clippers miss again.
You expect him to make that, especially from that distance.
And it's Giles missing.
Even though he missed it, this is the exact play your offense is designed to produce.
Leonard, no luck. The Trailblazers on offense. They're on a 12-3 run. Took him no time at all on that one.
And looking a lot better now, but still a long way to go to get back into this one.
Very nice stretch from them, but the reason why they're not into this game, they have to get some stops.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance
for the Clippers.
You know, their big advantage was points in the paint.
And they found a way to pound the ball inside. And that was working all game long.
And, you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Leonard.
I thought he did a good job of filling out the defense early on. Then once he found his groove, he stayed aggressive throughout. That's a nice read. The value of keeping your eyes up.
Los Angeles leading by 11. Beverly, the pass to Ibaka. Back to Beverly.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
And guess what? It's going to be a fun flight home. Total team effort. Big win on the road.
And so Beverly will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. The pass to Ibaka. Out to the wing for three. And it's Beverly missing.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Hits it from three-point range.
I don't think the range surprises anyone anymore. CJ can shoot the lights out from any position.
Morris outside. Back to Beverly. Zubac the pass to Leonard. Takes a three. The rebound by Giles. In the corner, Powell with it. From outside, off the mark. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much.